morning, good morning, good morning. We are live. It's 9:24 a.m. Eastern Time. And let's see. We are going to run through what's going on. Let's see. First off, let's take a look. What did I do Friday? Friday I didn't stream. I took one trade, I think, Friday. Here. Nope, that's the order. Here, I took this trade Friday and closed some trades, but I sold the 693, 653 put. I went off of my norms for going on the zeros because this just made the numbers were where I needed to be and what I wanted. So sold two of those. That was Friday, if you see at 1:39 p.m. Because I was busy Friday morning. Friday was a busy day for me. Now, this week's going to be a very busy day for me. I don't know if I'll be streaming at all this week. I'm helping out a friend with some stuff. That's right, I do have a friend. But let's take a look at the positions. You'll see right now SpaceX is our big down overnight. When the market opens, the options will change on that. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of up push on SpaceX as well. Good morning, everyone. If you're welcome in. If you want to drop anything in the chat, tell me who you are, where you're from. Let's see if the chat's working. There we go. Chat seems to be working, so I know you can do it. Unless it's Sean, who doesn't have a YouTube account and doesn't want to sign up for one but wants to watch. I get it. All right, so let's just jump through. Let's run through the charting on this, and you might notice slightly different purple color as opposed to the old way. A lot of stuff is going to 24-hour trading, and so TradingView has added this purple instead of the extended hour, which was kind of grayish. You get that overnight. It's new, so I'm checking it out. So first thing we'll look at, we'll see that the volatility index is up. It's not super high up. It's in the 15s. And then we can look at QQQ is down. It came down from 713 all the way overnight down to 707. We're creeping back up. If you QQQI, I'm just going to touch on real quick. It mirrors QQQ by holding QQQ, but sells covered calls and pays out dividends. I'm in that in my passive income account where I don't really do anything with it. I'm looking at it for passive income, especially in a Roth. I like that one. But that's why I track that. Silver up. Silver's in an upward push. Good morning, Brent. Happy Monday. Silver is in an upward push and has been over the last week. So we look last week, we were down here at 62. We were at 56-ish. Obviously drops from the all-time high, but silver is up. I don't know if that means that we're going to start seeing precious metals move separately from the market again. Gold is up. Gold to silver ratio, which means silver pushed up more than gold. If we see that gold to silver ratio flip down into the 50s and 40s like we did before, you'll see a heavy pressure of people selling silver to buy gold. All right, American Airlines down this morning. AMD. All right, so if we don't have one, we'll make an AMD trade. I like these numbers for AMD. Amazon up and down. Baba, I still haven't traded, but it might be, it had bad earnings, came down. This might be a play. See how it plays today on a Baba trade. Salesforce is up. I'm not going to mess with it. Up. Dow Chemical, Dow Chemical 32 is too high for me. FedEx and FedEx Freight are both moving in a downward trend right now. Goog with an L, not to be confused with Goog, seems to be holding right around that 340 range. Oh, here goes the market. Home Depot, Robinhood, Innovo. I ought to just remove that. I'm kind of done with them. In fact, let's just let's remove them and let's add Coinbase. Coinbase is a way to get exposure into theoretical crypto assets. It's not necessarily mine. You'll notice I track a lot of cryptos down here, but it's a way to trade based on the profitability they're going to make off of trading. So as what you'll notice is as Bitcoin's gone up, Coinbase has gone up. Now, I don't really think it should do that, in my opinion, but that's the way it does. And I'm assuming it's because they're making their profits off of the transactions. So when crypto's moving, then you'll also see Coinbase moving. And so let's look at what happened here in Bitcoin and Coinbase. And what you'll see is it's relatively flat. And you'll see on both screens my crosshairs here, so the same time frame. And you'll see when Bitcoin spikes up here, so does Coinbase. And then Bitcoin rises, and so does Coinbase. So if you want exposure to theoretical moves in Bitcoin and trade options on it, Coinbase could be a way to go. I'm not going to say it's the best way. It is a way. It may not be the way. NVIDIA down. I'm looking for NVIDIA down around 200 again before I start trading options on it, but we'll look at the IV rank, and if we can get an options out till maybe October in that 170 range to 160 range that makes sense, we might trade that. Ooh, Palantir taking a drop down this morning. SK Hynix. Looks like all the tech stuff's taking a hit this morning. SpaceX is recovering. SoFi down. Tesla down. Verizon. Yeah, let's look at NVIDIA earnings. NVIDIA has earnings Wednesday the 26th. If I trade NVIDIA I would trade pre-earnings for the volatility, and I would look for that. So now that we've seen kind of what's going on out there, let's jump into the positions that are open and how we're going to manage them. All right, bonds out into September. This trade's been open 27 days. We are making progress on this finally. It's been kind of up and down. I've got this set to close at 9. It's at 13. So nothing to do there. American Airlines sold to put at 14. We're right at 14, 13.93. We will roll this. We can roll this today probably. So all we're going to do is we're going to close this position. Ooh, I don't really like that. We're going to buy this back. We're going to roll it out to October, hopefully for a profit, for a 30-cent credit. And we're using buying power of $705. So we're adding a month on there. So 4 weeks to make $30 divided by 700 buying power, 4%. We're adding 1% if this trade goes through. Now we're at 21. We're going to put that at like 35. and see if it gets filled. Kind of a wide spread there. We'll see how that goes. AMD. We already have an AMD trade on, so we aren't going to take another one. It's a wee bit upside down, but we'll wait on that. Amazon. We're right at the money with Amazon. Let's look at a roll. It's a few days early, but let's look at a roll while we're kind of at the money. So buy that back for $8.65. Roll it out to October 16th. For $12.70. So that's 40 cent wide and 30 cent wide, not horrible. And let's just look at what the buying power is. So we're using $6,400 in buying power. Call it $6,500 for easy math. And we're picking up $435 for another month. So $435 divided by 6,500, 6% for 4 more weeks. That is in the target of 1% a week plus. Let's take that trade. All right. That got filled. So we're just rolling that out another month and we're picking up another $400 in premium. I like it. Goog with an L. Same thing. This one, let's see. We traded it at 445. We're at 350 now. It's moving today. We're going to wait on the roll on that. We're going to give it a few more days. QQQ. See if there's anything we have to manage. We're at 706. It's kind of dropping. This one expires in 2 days at 700, 680. I don't need to manage that. No need to manage any of those. This one is out. $7.10 put. So that would be tied with this one, the 710 670. So that's 4 days out. We might need to manage that, but we're going to wait on that. We're going to give it some time and see what happens. We are going to make a trade on this today. We're going to make a trade on the 7-day. Busy Monday. Let's see, where's our delta? Let's run down to the 16 delta. Let's go 685 here. And maybe just 665 today might be the right number because we've made some money other places. So we're going to take $2,000 in risk on a week. We're going to target half that. So we're going to close it at 60, say. So the probably making 55 divided by 2,000 is, so we're going to target 2.5%, 2.7% for that trade. All right, so I don't know if we have anyone new. I'm guessing we don't, but all we're selling is the put credit spread. And we're buying it back, setting it to buy back at 60 cents. Let's see what else we've got open. SLV is about ready to be rolled. We hold 100 shares. We ended up getting assigned that when silver was higher at 70. SLV is at 62. It seems to be tying up a little bit more of our buying power, but not too bad. We'll wait on a day on that. And let's look. I'm going to roll this 140 today. Out a week. So I'm going to buy back for 330. and sell it at 140 for 525. So we pick up $200 in profit. I already have an order. Let me look. Cancel this. Buy for 345. Sell for 545. So in this, our buying power is going to be half that. So about $6,500, and we're picking up $200 on 6,500, so 3% in the week. So now we're just rolling that SpaceX covered call out 1 week at the same 140. We're not picking up any more money on it. Our cost basis on that was right at the 133. So we're profitable if we sell it. Let's just bring this down just a wee bit and see if we get filled. There we go. Picked up $200 more in buying power. Because we're just rolling it out a week. SPY is down, but we don't have anything we need to really handle there. I've made enough trades for the day. One of those deals just, well, there's lots of trades that could happen today. I did make a withdrawal over the weekend that hasn't processed yet, but it did drop my buying power down, which is fine. But that's how we live, by trading. So got to make withdrawals, got to pull money out of the account every once in a while to pay the bills. Brent, I know you're here. Anyone else here that has any questions, feel free to jump in. That's all my trades for the day. I don't think I had anything else let's look at coin just to see what the trades would be like on that. I would probably look at October. And wow, those premiums are pretty good for right at the money. If you wanted to buy coin at the money, I would be down here, probably at the 140-ish. Wide spreads. So kind of what, 272, 220, 50 cent wide spreads. Not horrible. Looked bigger before that. Not horrible, not great. But for 53 days, maybe this is a next week trade, you're looking at just about 10% in 8 weeks. So not horrible on that. A little bit, not bad. And then if I wanted to do a spread, it'd be a 140, maybe 120 spread. Risk 2,000. Pick up 187. About 10%. That's not horrible. I'm not the trade I'm looking for right there. Again, these spreads with those numbers are pretty wide still, and I'm going to stay away from it. That's all I've got. In and out of the market in 15 minutes. That is my trading for the day. If you guys have any questions, type them in the chat. Feel free to look at it. We talk about a trade that you want to make or a trade suggestion. We can look at it. Maybe you can come up with something I don't see. And do me a favor, if you like what you see, click the like, click the subscribe, and I will be here. I don't know if I'll be here this week, so I may not be here this week because I'll be busy in the mornings. If my schedule changes, then I'll jump on. Should I play what do you get? Should I get like an intro video, intro theme song? What do you think? Or should I be like some people and just start the video 30 minutes early with a countdown clock for market open just to get more watch time like I see other guys do? I don't know. But that's all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys probably next Monday. Oh, a countdown might actually be helpful. A countdown to market open. We could do that. I tend to get on. I'm actually usually watching other things in the morning. But I don't know if it would be helpful to get on and do some more analysis earlier, come on 15 minutes early if people had questions and look at different trades and different stuff like that and kind of do that. I keep meaning to record more videos, more kind of micro learning sessions, like what is a put credit spread. Put credit spreads are really where I make my money, and there's other things out there, but learning all the different things, like I really want to focus on what works for me and not try and do it, and not try and just go it. Okay, so you have trouble getting the video started before the market opens. Is that because of I started so close to the market? So if I started at 5 or 10 minutes early and looked at other stuff, would that be more helpful? Oh, Nvidia's dropping hard. I might have to take an Nvidia trade here. Let's take a look at Nvidia. So the implied volatility might be up. Let's take a look. IV rank is high. This is your IVX, which is your volatility. We would run out. So they've got a today that I wouldn't trade, but you've got your earnings call, and then you've got your post earnings call stuff. But I would probably look out here. $175, $155. Tight spreads. And I'm risking 2,000 to make 136. 6%. I don't know if that's where I want to be on that. What if we rolled up to the 15 delta? It's a wee bit better. 180 isn't horrible on Nvidia there. We'll look at that one tomorrow, maybe. Maybe we'll do a post. Well, I'm not going to overtrade. Not going to overtrade today. I wonder if there'd be a shorter earnings play. All right, I'm not going to overtrade today. If I sit here, I'll try and find other trades. Don't need to. We're right on track, making money. Right at 16%. If I called it, I took out 10K at the beginning, and it really was a $90,000 account most of the year. But we're up 16. But even if I call it the 100K account, which is the way I trade it, that's 16% for the year, beating the S&P. If it's based on the 90,000, we're up 17% for the year. Target's 40, so I'm a little bit low. 40 for the year, not 40 for this time of the year. But we're a little bit behind, but a couple good months, and we'll be right back where we need to be. So that's all I got. I've been jibber-jabbering for a minute here, but I will see you guys next week.